Just wanted to share that I now have a Patreon. If you like my content and want to keep supporting what I do, you can join up for as little as $5 and get a couple of really cool perks, including exclusive video content that I will be producing just for Patreon. And then, even if you're not a Patreon, you can actually buy the digital files for the playmats I design on the site and get them printed. Link for the Patreon is in the description, but let's hop into the video.
Hello everybody, my name is Connor and welcome to another game. We are playing Marco still. We are versus a pudding. Very excited about this match here. So the Marco list I am playing is the Kardi Kaizoku. I think I butchered his name, my bad. It's his list. I had a majority of these cards, which is why we are playing Marco. I'm still trying to get the puddings out of the basically 2 boxes I've opened. I've been able to acquire 1 9-drop mom. So we tap 2 on and draw for turn. Our hand is looking pretty similar, so we just go ahead and leader ability, see if we can get anything. Trying to figure out how exactly I want to do this. What exactly I feel like giving up. I think I go with the King Do here. Yeah, I go ahead and put King Do at the bottom. I figure the 2Ks, I've got a lot of 2Ks, and King Do is the least valuable out of those. So this list is the list with the Sanji in it. I also do have, I went ahead and as you can see, I added 2 7-drop aces. And I don't know about this list, but my opponent goes ahead, plays an Onami, swings. So if they end up swinging, they do forget to leader ability, and I forget to remind them. And yeah, so they go ahead, they swing with banish, and we go ahead and give them the Jozu. We leader ability, we get a Sanji, and I'm like, okay, like, not bad. We have a Nugate in hand, and I want to keep ace, so I end up dropping the Otama. I'm gonna play the Doflamingo this turn. I go ahead and put Otama at the bottom. Granted, I could have put her at the top, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this deck flows, really. But it is, I will say, I am really enjoying this deck. So we play the Doflamingo, and we get an interesting top deck. Like, I feel like I didn't shuffle this, but I know I did. So I end up putting, since we have most of what we need, I put the Sanji and the Rayleigh towards the bottom, and we go ahead and pass turn. We have 4 Dawn. We have 4 of the beautiful new Newgate Dawn. Really love this Dawn. Telling a story with my Dawn here today. And my opponent goes ahead. They are at, I believe, 5 Dawn now. They have not had the opportunity to leader ability. Well, they have. They just keep forgetting, which, understandable. We are learning. You know, this is a new set. We are getting used to the game. We are getting used to how these decks play. So, of course, critique on me is always welcome, but, you know, please be polite to my opponents. They didn't ask to be critiqued. But my opponent goes ahead and swings 6, and we get the peel-off trigger, dude. It's so huge. We were really lucky with that. We get 2, and we draw 2, which is, I think another peel-off and something else. Jozu, I think. And then we go ahead and we end up getting, it's our turn now, Yugi boy. So draw for turn. Yeah, we got Sanji's on Sanji's. I end up putting a peel-off down here, realistically. I think I could have put a Sanji down here. So we go ahead and tap 3 Dawn for another peel-off. We are just stacking our hand with heat, really. And I'm trying to decide if I want to go super aggressive, and I end up swinging 7. And as you can see, the beautiful story of my Dawn, Newgate S, is hope my son's okay. He's dead. Rip Ace. Big F in the chat for Ace, dude. Like this video if you sobbed like a baby. So I end up getting the 0-cost event out of my opponent's hand. They trash a Thunder Bagua. They did mention, oh, and then I throw my peel off on the floor like a fool. They did mention that they are still trying to get some of the cards for their deck, so they are playing a bit of a off-meta version of the deck. But, you know, we do what we can, really. I do have a lot of cards for him, though. I did let him know. So he ends up playing the Smoothie, which is actually kind of scary. That's a big body. And we leader ability, and let's see, his life is the Onami and the Katakuri, which is a little scary, honestly. My hand size is big, but it is clogged up with big bodies, which is part of the reason why I'm not really feeling the Sanji in the deck. I know it's kind of like what you do at this point, because we are in the starter deck waiting room, but I may tweak some stuff and drop the Sanjis. I don't know. So we are at 8 Dawn now, 7 Dawn with a leader ability, and I think this is my opportunity to, in fact, leader ability and drop Ace, and I think that's what I do if I'm not mistaken. Yep, so leader ability, I guess at this point in the game, having the Sanjis is good, because yes, while they're, you know, dead in hand, we are going to be able to start using them next turn. So I swing 6, I swing 6 at lead, not wanting to put Ace down because I know he's got the Nami on board, and we end up getting a 2k counter, so I'm counting my Dawn, making sure. And I go ahead and swing 7 with Ace. There's my face. Look at that, man. What an idiot. I go ahead and minus Smoothie and Onami. Swinging 7, kind of hoping he will use the blocker here. And he's... I remember he was like, oh, I can't remember this trigger. Oh, wait, I can read. And I thought that was pretty funny. So that is a nice thing about playing Pudding, is you can read the trigger and really decide. And yeah, so my opponent is at 10 Dawn. I am worried about a Lin here. Also, I do have I just looked at my life, and I have my little dinosaur friend. I just thought he was cute and wanted him to be my life protector, because boy, I need it. So the Onami goes down. He gives the banish to Smoothie, which is very scary, and I can't counter out of that, so I do have to give up the Doflamingo, which is bit of a bummer, but definitely worth it, I think, in that case. And then he swings, oh, what is that, 5, 8, I think, with Nami at Ace, and I end up giving him the 2k to counter out, a 6 at me, and I'm trying to decide if I want to take it, and I do decide to give him the Jozu. My hand is looking very counterless right now, but I think we're keeping Ace alive was worth it. I think we're about to be able to drop some heat here. So we do have our Marco. We draw for turn, and I think we place Rayleigh up top. I thought, oh, I was almost like, we put something at the bottom. No, it is Sanji turn. We tap 9. We play Sanji into Rayleigh. I think Rayleigh ends up minusing Nami, and I get my dice out, and I do have some things coming in the mail to make this a little more obvious. So I minus what is her name? Smoothie, that's it, making her a 6k, and I minus the Brulee, using Rayleigh ability to pop the Brulee, popping the blocker, making it so there is no blocker. And we were looking at the ability, and we were like, oh, never mind, I guess she doesn't, that counts as KO, but yeah, so I end up going 6, I think, into Nami, and I let her go, or he lets her go. I would never let Nami go. And then I swing the 7 into the 6 there, hoping to get rid of the Smoothie. And let's see if I do. No, he gives me 2k, or yeah, 2k because I'm 7. And honestly, that's worth it to me. And I go ahead and pass turn. I one thing I think we talked about recently was in my videos. First off, I love the color of his dice. I desperately want new dice. I do. That blue dice is a Sanji dice. Shout out to my friend Gecko for giving me that. Very cool of him. But yeah, I can't remember which video it was, but oh, it was my Odin Katakuri vs Odin video. One thing I really remembered this game, or one thing I tried to really focus on, was I could play slow. This deck makes me want to play fast, but I can play slow. I think I can win here. I think I can let, you know, Ace go here. I think clearing the board was a better choice as opposed to going for game. So aggressive swing with Smoothie, and we end up taking it and getting Otama. An aggressive swing from Nami, and I gave him the 2k to get out of it. Passing turn, we get a Marco. And in this case, I'm like, oh, I want to swing, you know, aggressively with leader. And I get a rush ace. I get my other rush ace, which is great. I really like the rush aces. I only run 2, and I think this is the only game that I saw them in. So I might go down a Sanji, because in this game Sanji was really helpful. So I might go down a Sanji or 2 and add more rush aces. But we end up leader abilitying, putting Newgate on top, tapping 9, playing out our second Sanji and into Newgate, and I call this my board of Dilfs. And making my leader a 7k lead, 8 with the Dawn attached. So I end up swinging with Rayleigh, feeling pretty confident that I can get game at this point. I don't believe my opponent has a ton of cards in hand, and depending, I think I go into. Okay, so I end up swinging for game, and he does counter out of it, and I am definitely nervous at this point. Looks like I have 2 life left. I thought I had 3 life, or I thought I had 2 life last turn, but yeah, I am sitting pretty comfortable, but I know at this point he's gonna have to swing into my board, otherwise we win next turn. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling pretty confident. There is that little bit of nerve though. I'm trying to think, okay, like yeah, I'm counting the dot. You can see I'm counting how much counter I have. I think at that point I could get out of a 10k or 9k swing, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm looking through my trash just to see what I've trashed, basically. Duh. And I do have ace, so I know that worst case scenario, I could play down ace to seal the game if somehow my opponent, I think he has 2 cards in hand at this point, somehow he, you know, can block, he just blockers up or something like that. I haven't seen Seaquake. I like Seaquake. I don't feel like I see it enough. I have the Ace Fire Fist, and it's good, but I never see it when I need it. I also decided I am going to, I don't know in this game if I've had the Gravity Blade, but I'm going to try Red Rock instead. So he swings into Rayleigh, he swings the 8 into Rayleigh, and I give him the ESO 1k, and I'm like, okay, I think we've got it in the bag at this point. Yeah, I know my opponent mentioned he didn't see, what didn't he see? He didn't see his, yeah, so Smoothie into Rayleigh. I let Rayleigh go because I am thinking, like, I have ace. You know, he can clear my board, or if he somehow gets out of the Newgate. And I take that, and I get the Seaquake, which is great. Would have loved to see that a little earlier. But yeah, I know at this point, like, if he can somehow get out of 3 hits, you know, that's we have ace. We'll be okay. And we swing the Sanji, and we end up getting the game there. So well played by my opponent. As I mentioned, he couldn't find a Katakuri. That's what he mentioned, is he was looking for the Katakuri to flip his life down. He got the 1 ramp off, but wasn't able to get more. But yeah, I like this. I like Marco. I'm having so much fun with Marco. I want to tweak the list though. I know he's going to get better when the starter decks come out, I believe in October. which is great. I'm really stoked for those, but I want to try some different builds now. So I think I'm going to deviate from the number of Sanjis I'm running and the 3 costs. Just because in the games that I'm posting 2 more games from this day. They definitely feel more of a burden than a help, so but that is gonna be it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. It helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.